Okay, just for those of you who look at our ddsvfos and go, wow, I want to put one in, and how do you do it, and lots of questions. So check this out. This is what we had to do to this one. Okay, we had to take the SI and lay it flat, and we grounded it here on this can. And that does two things. Mechanically it holds it, and electrically it bonds it to the ground. And then here, these mount holes are not electrical ground, so they're still isolated from the chassis. So we keep that integrity of isolating all of our electronics from the chassis. These are decoupled. There's a cap right here that decouples the mounting areas, and the other mounts right under here goes there. So you got to get pretty creative. This one had the HF receive board in it also, right here. And, it just laid in there flat, and there was a big open spot here. I don't know if there was maybe an accessory that went here or something, but this just laid right in there. So for those of you who want to put in ddsvfo yourself, just know that you have to be inventive. Electrically, to hook it up, it's just, tie here and here and here and just at different points, the wire, but you got to figure out how to lay this board in there and lay that board in there. And the biggest trouble, and I say it's the biggest trouble, maybe it's not for a lot of people, but the biggest trouble is that guy right there. Cutting this display area out so that it looks halfway decent. Now, on 90% of the radios we do, Galaxies, 148s and stuff, this little guy in the back, this colored piece, just snaps out. And this is just plain, acrylic that they shot black. In this particular radio, this whole thing down around the channel guard, all the way up there, this is all a purplish colored, real thick piece of plastic. So I had what I did is I drilled a hole in the middle, and then I used my nibbler to nibble out toward the edges, and then I used a file as best I could around, and it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's not, I could probably find somebody that could do better, but it's pretty darn nice, I think, for what it came out to be. And I like the mix of the analog meter. Don't get me wrong, I like the digital meter for all the functions it has, but I think it's kind of cool to keep it as original as possible, but just add the ability of the DDS. So yeah, this one is just a fun, crazy build. I don't know if I'd do another one because of this, because you screw this up, there ain't no going home. Now, you could screw it up, and you could make a 3D print, and then maybe have to, I don't know, put some, I don't know what do you call it, paint, silk screen it, something like that, but it just wouldn't look as normal. And the other thing we did is these are actual LEDs now. Normally they have just a piece of plastic and a light bulb in back, but because of how the display fits and how tight it is, we had to take those out. And what I did is I ground down the outside shell of orange LED and a red LED, and made it so it was, pretty decent. Let me go off here to 22 and bug those guys. But there's your transmit. And then if you have a bad standing wave on your antenna, let's disconnect that just for a second, and you get the warning light. So yeah, you get, it works out pretty good. So, alrighty, I just wanted to show you that if you're going to put in ddsvfo, it's a universal kit. Okay, it's universal. It'll go in virtually any radio. I don't think there's ever been one that we've found that it can't go in. Some are easy, some are harder, some you have to get real inventive like this here, but I'll tell you, it's well worth the work and the effort, and the reward is just a fantastic working radio with a lot of features you can't even get in the newer radios. Alrighty, that's enough of my soapbox there. Hope you all have a fantastic Valentine's Day. Hug your honey, your loved one, hey, they love you. So bring her flowers, man. Take her out to eat at a nice dress-up place, right? Treat her like a queen. I know I'm gonna. All right. Talk to you all later. Till next time.